Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're tuning in today. We are embarking on a really fascinating deep dive into the literal engine room of business success. We constantly hear about grand corporate visions, right? Those massive sky-high goals set way up in the boardroom. But how does that vision actually become a day-to-day reality? How do we bridge that massive gap between abstract strategy and boots-on-the-ground execution? Well, that's exactly what we're going to uncover today by exploring the world of functional strategies. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. First up, bridging vision and action. 2, the evolving strategic landscape. 3, we'll break down the core business functional areas. 4, innovation, people, and delivery. And finally, number 5, we'll wrap up with formulating strategies that are perfectly aligned with your strategic business unit. Let's get started. All right, section 1, bridging vision and action. The disconnect between boardrooms and break rooms. Think about it. Top-level management directions carry the immense weight of a company's entire future. But as that guidance flows down the organizational chart across hundreds or maybe thousands of employees, the information can get incredibly cumbersome and fragmented. Which brings us to the literal million-dollar question. Why do brilliant corporate strategies fail? The hard truth is, it's almost never because the theory wasn't smart enough. It almost always happens at the execution level. Because without a concrete bridge translating that high-level theory into on-the-ground reality, departments start working in silos. And in a fiercely competitive market, any deviation from the master plan can be exceptionally costly. It's kind of like trying to row a massive boat where everyone is just paddling to their own distinct rhythm, You just end up spinning in circles. So, to build that bridge and prevent those silos, we use functional level strategies. What are these? Well, they're detailed short to medium-term plans developed by specific departments, like your marketing, HR, or production teams. And they are designed specifically to support the broader corporate and business level strategies. Unlike a grand corporate strategy, which is super long-term and overarching, functional strategies are highly tactical. They have a much shorter time horizon, they carry less sweeping risk, and they're built to be incredibly adaptable to day-to-day operations. In practice, these functional strategies give a company laser-sharp operational focus. They define very specific departmental responsibilities, so every single manager knows their exact mandate. And, perhaps most importantly, they dictate crucial resource optimization. These are the tactical, everyday decisions that ensure the company's capital, its personnel, and its time are being deployed as efficiently as humanly possible inside every single functional unit. Moving right along to Section 2, the evolving strategic landscape. We're moving from administrative to competitive. Historically, a department's daily plan might have just been viewed as a basic administrative checklist. But today, the entire nature of functional strategies has fundamentally shifted. They're no longer just routine plans. They have emerged as vital, dynamic engines of competitive advantage in their own right. And this evolution brings some absolutely crucial new roles. Functional strategies don't just translate a vision into an action plan anymore. They actively align departmental goals and massively enhance both effectiveness and efficiency. By developing specialized, finely tuned capabilities at the departmental level, they literally drive competitive advantage. They foster essential cross-departmental coordination, which prevents those silos we just talked about, and they establish crystal clear performance metrics. When these functional strategies are crafted well and perfectly aligned, they give the entire organization the agility to adapt to market changes way faster than the competition. Section 3, core business functional areas. We're talking marketing, finance, and production. We are now microscopically zooming in to the distinct day-to-day tactical zones that actually make a business function and thrive. Now, what's really interesting here is how each function shoulders a totally unique part of the strategic burden. Marketing just obsesses over customer outreach and brand perception, making critical daily decisions like whether to skim the market with a premium, high-priced product or penetrate it with low, highly competitive prices. Finance is the backbone, right? Focused on rationalizing financial resources, meaning they dictate how funds are mobilized and what the overall capital structure looks like. Meanwhile, production is relentlessly focused on balancing quality, quantity, and cost, determining things like plant capacity and technology integration. It's kind of your classic corporate rivalry. Marketing wants to spend the money to win the customer, finance wants to save the money to protect the bottom line, and production just wants everyone to agree so they can actually build the thing. But ultimately, all these distinct operations are fiercely pushing toward the exact same corporate objective. To truly understand how these tactical choices alter a department's daily reality, let's compare two approaches within production strategy: chase versus level. A chase strategy is incredibly lean. You're adjusting production levels precisely to match fluctuating market demand. This keeps your inventory costs incredibly low, making it perfect for niche markets. On the flip side, a level strategy maintains a constant, steady production rate, regardless of whether demand spikes or drops. This smooths out your factory operations and lowers your per-unit production costs, but it means you have to carry inventory during those slow seasons. Depending on what the overarching corporate goal is, say minimizing immediate risk versus maximizing output consistency, this specific functional choice completely dictates the department's daily workflow. Section 4. Innovation, People, and Delivery. Logistics, R&D, and HR. Honestly, you should view these as the critical, life-giving support systems of any organization. These functions have completely evolved from reactive, back-office tasks into proactive pillars that create real, long-term advantages. Logistics, it's no longer just about shipping boxes. It's about deep business efficiency and cost optimization through highly strategic frameworks, like just-in-time inventory, where materials arrive exactly when they're needed rather than just sitting idly in a warehouse costing you money. R&D isn't just a few scientists tinkering in a lab anymore. It provides a comprehensive blueprint for long-term innovation, steering technology focus, and IP management. And HR has entirely shifted into proactive human capital management. It's all about aligning talent recruitment and specialized skill training precisely with what the company is going to require to beat the competition tomorrow, not just today. Think about how this builds a really comprehensive approach. A strong R&D strategy, for example, sits right in the middle of talent management, IP management, and the overarching strategic direction. It simply cannot happen in a vacuum. This structure ensures that R&D investments actually produce tangible, measurable business outcomes, like significant revenue growth or increased market share, rather than just resulting in isolated technical achievements that are, cool, but don't ultimately help the company's bottom line. And that brings us to Section 5, Formulating SBU-aligned strategies, the how-to. We've talked extensively about what these functional strategies are and how they've evolved, but now we need the practical steps. And the absolute most important rule of strategy formulation is that a functional strategy is completely useless if it forgets its parent, the strategic business unit. So, the crucial point here is the SBU anchor. Every single time a manager makes a departmental plan or policy, they must ask, does this action truly serve our strategic business unit's identity? Functional strategies absolutely must be derived directly from business and corporate strategies. Every tactical choice, every allocation of resources, and every daily schedule has got to be optimally coordinated among the different functional areas to maximize their contribution to the SBU's overarching goals. Without that anchor, honestly, you just have chaos. To guarantee that strict alignment, departments use very structured formulation processes. Take marketing, for instance. It starts incredibly broad, analyzing internal strengths and external market trends to ensure a really deep understanding of the competitive environment. From there, you set clear goals, identify your target audience personas, and articulate your unique value proposition. Only after all that strategic groundwork is laid out do you actually develop the marketing tactics, allocate the budget, launch the campaigns, and track performance. This rigorous, step-by-step approach guarantees that marketing isn't just making noise, but is meticulously aligned with the SBU's strategic identity. And the exact same rigor applies to formulating a financial strategy. You start by deeply assessing your current financial situation, your liquidity, and overall profitability. Next, you set specific short and long-term financial goals that echo the broader SBU's targets. You conduct comprehensive research on your available resources and market dynamics. Then you develop a structured plan with clear key performance indicators, implement it, and constantly review and adjust based on evolving market scenarios. This strict methodology ensures that capital acquisition, debt-to-equity choices, and dividend policies constantly serve the SBU's goal of sustainable growth. We see this vital transformation in human resources as well. Formulating a strategic HR plan demands that you first deeply understand the overall business strategy and vision. You then evaluate your current HR capabilities through a rigorous skills audit and look ahead to forecast what specific human resources the company is going to need in the future. By conducting a critical gap analysis between the talent you currently have and the talent you will realistically need, you can develop highly targeted recruitment and training strategies. Finally, you gain the necessary stakeholder buy-in to execute it all. By following these steps, HR completely transforms from a reactive administrative hub into a high-impact strategic partner uniquely poised to deliver the exact talent required by the SBU. As we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with this pivotal, provocative question to think about. Is your daily departmental operation truly reflecting your SBU's strategic identity? Are your functional strategies a sturdy, well-engineered bridge from vision to action, or are they a broken link? Understanding and effectively formulating these functional-level strategies is the absolute key to turning a grand corporate vision into a winning daily reality. Thank you so much for joining me and exploring this incredible topic here on The Explainer. Keep learning, keep optimizing, and I'll see you next time.